Hey, Cher here, and today we're gonna play another game because I'm kinda lazy to record something productive. So, last time I did a game, I was playing a song versus song, Western versus K-pop edition. So, this time I wanted to do something different, although the pick one, drop one, save one, drop one, K-pop song versus Western song is actually really fun, but I want to spice things up a bit. So this is a solely K-pop game. It's boy group versus girl group, and I wanted to choose this one because I wanted to show what my K-pop tastes were, if I have any at all. But who knows, maybe I don't have any taste. So as always, I actually found this video on YouTube and I'm basing it off of that video. And if you guys want to go play that game yourself, I linked the video in the description box down below so you guys have easy access to it. Of course, giving credit to the original YouTube channel who uploaded it. So do with that as you will. But enough about that, let's get started. So the first round, it's NCT 127 versus Oh My Girl. This was very easy. I dropped both. No questions asked. Oh, maybe before I continue, I should say that this game is just my opinions. You don't have to agree with my opinions. This is all just for fun. I'm not here to criticize any of the groups or anything like that. Again, these are my opinions. We're all allowed to have opinions. So round number 2, 17 versus IZ*ONE. I really didn't get into IZ*ONE until this is going to sound bad, close to their disbandment. And again, it sounds bad because IZ*ONE is not a bad group. It's just I've never been into their songs. Like, I don't know why. It's just that I kinda don't care. But 17 though. Whew! Like, almost every song by 17 I've listened to is a bop. Or it slaps, or it wrenches my heart. It does either one of those things, so of course I have to choose 17. Round 3, GOT7 versus Red Velvet. I really don't want to go over my grievances with Red Velvet, so I'm just going to say GOT7 and that'll be the end of it. Round 4, Stray Kids versus Everglow. I really don't want to talk about why I don't like Stray Kids either, so Everglow. Like, I just listened to their latest single, First. I think most of you have probably heard First by now, but that song slaps so hard. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if that was like one of my favorite songs from 2021. Round 5, ATEEZ versus G-Idol. I decided to drop both. Again, don't ask. Number 6, SF9 versus CLC. After listening to Helicopter, CLC is a boppin' girl group. That's why I chose them over SF9. I mean, I like the songs that FS9 released. It's just CLC had more appeal to me. Round 7, BTS versus Blackpink. The two most overrated K-pop groups in history. Which one do I choose? Or do I just drop them both? Well, actually, I thought about it, and look, as much as I don't like Blackpink's music, or I'm not interested, because I said once that Blackpink is just basically kindergarten K-pop, and that's exactly what it sounds like, but the girls really haven't done anything wrong. They just want to go on with their lives, and there's really not much drama to Blackpink, at least not up to the level that BTS has. Again, I'm not gonna go into that, so I actually went with Blackpink in this round, so I'm gonna spare them for one day. Round 8, Winner versus Mamamoo. I don't want to say every single time that I'm not gonna go into why I drop both for a certain round, but this is really one of those times where I grit my teeth at the fact that I have to choose, like, either one. So I'd rather just drop the both. I'm not gonna choose one. Let that be it for the end of the day. Number 9, EXO versus Twice. Again, I dropped both because I really don't care. Round 10, TXT versus ITZY. So two groups that really got a rise from 2021 at the very least. I tried to get into ITZY's music and some of it is fine, but I don't know what it is, but something just doesn't click. But with the very moment that I first listened to TXT, again, don't know what it is, but they just grabbed me by the heart and just ripped it out of my chest, and now I'm chasing them all over K-pop to get it back. So, TXT is the winner of this round. Number 11, Monsta X versus Momo Land. You're talking to the girl who saw Monsta X in virtual concert and Wonho in another virtual concert, and also the fact that Momo Land produces kinda okay content and not much that meets the ear. I have to go with Monsta X. So number 12, iKON versus G-Friend. Considering both of them are very controversial, or kinda controversial in two separate ways, I just dropped them both. Number 13, Treasure versus Luna. Okay, two groups that I actually enjoy for once, but I think it's very unfair that Treasure and a super girl group, Luna, in the same round. I feel like that's slightly unfair. Of course, Luna is going to win. I mean, their songs are just... If I had to choose between a Luna song and a Treasure song, I have to go with Luna, because Luna songs never get old. Not saying that Treasure songs get old, but certain ones are like, I listen to them like one time and it's okay. Luna I can listen to all the time. Round 14, Super M versus A-Pink. Again, a very weird position to put these two in the same round because, well, the reasons why they exist are not the same. Because of my Taemin supremacist ways, you thought I would go with Super M, but I actually went with A-Pink instead, and here's why. Super M is not a bad group in concept-wise, because they did get the best idols from their respective groups, but there are very little songs from Super M that I actually like. Like, the other songs are just meh. Well, A-Pink actually has some really good songs that are listenable, like, after the first time. So that's why I went with A-Pink instead. Round 15, The Boys versus Fromis 9. Fromis 9 are way more interesting of a girl group than The Boys are as a boy group. I mean, just the name of the band. The Boys? Really? You really couldn't come up with something like, I don't know, catchier? Round 16, Golden Child versus Dreamcatcher. I don't hate Dreamcatcher as a group, like, ideology. It's just that, I don't know, I've gotten a lot of opinions from other people saying that Dreamcatcher as a concept, or not really a concept, but like, the reason why they exist or how they got their name is kind of, off-putting, because basically their whole idea of a group is based off of Native American culture, and as an American or a white American, it actually makes me very uncomfortable to think about it. Golden Child produces bops of music, so I'd rather go with Golden Child or support them in this case. Number 17, Six versus Gugudan. I really also don't know much about Gugudan at all, especially since I think they disbanded, and the songs that I did listen to are kind of okay, but again, Six's songs are bops, so I went with Six instead. Round 18, Pentagon versus, I don't know why I'm having trouble pronouncing this, but I'm just gonna go with their old name, Cosmic Girls. Due to the controversies that I read about with Cosmic Girls, I obviously went with Pentagon. Also, like, the boys of Pentagon are, like, so attractive. Like, I don't know what it is about them, but they must be drinking some water to make them that attractive. Number 19. Newest versus AOA. I think most of you would know absolutely why I went with Newest, other than AOA. Number 20, Ace versus Rocket Punch. Number 21, Very Very versus Weki Meki. I don't like Weki Meki, and I'm gonna leave my reasons as to why quiet, so I went with Very Very instead. 22, DKB versus Signature. The songs that I have listened to from Signature are pretty good, but again, I don't know the group that well. Well, not like DKB anyway, which every song they released since their debut is absolutely fantastic. Like, I still listen to them on a private daily basis, so I went with DKB instead. Round 23, NCT Dream versus GWSN. As I really don't feel like supporting NCT right now, so I went with the other one instead. Round 24, Astro versus April. April doesn't have a Cha on Woo in their group, so of course it's gonna be Astro. Why not? Number 25, VAV versus Lovelyz. I originally had VAV as the top pick for this, but again, I don't really know why, because I really don't know much about these groups at all. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Lovelyz. Absolutely nothing wrong. So in that case, I think I want to save the both of them because I really want to get to know the both of them better. Same thing with round 26, Victon versus Cherry Bullet, because both of those groups produce or have made pretty good songs, especially in recent events. So for 25 and 26, I'm gonna save the both of them. Number 27, MCND versus Secret Number. Secret Number hasn't really been doing anything, but trust me, I would save them any day of the week than the former. Number 28, BTOB versus Xseed. I'm saving BTOB because I'd rather save them than the latter. Round 29, 2 versus XUM? Or is it ZUM? I really don't know. Actually, I made a mistake in this case. 2 actually changed their name to, I think it's 2-1 or TO1. But they did go over a name change recently with their latest comeback, so I'm just clarifying that right now. I absolutely love the music collection that TO1 has right now. I don't know the other group at all as much, and this is gonna sound bad, but I'm like, why can't I save the latter group like I did with rounds 25 and 26? I don't know. At least I'm putting my time and energy towards the other groups rather than XUM. I don't know, maybe when XUM has an X comeback or something like that, I'll support them then, but I really don't know. Number 30, Drippin' versus ANS? Or is it ONS? Again, some of these names are like very weird to look at. Due to a controversy that I read about with ANS, I went with Drippin' instead. Even though Drippin' hasn't been really around that long, but I do know that the songs that they do have out right now are pretty good. So, yeah, Drippin' it is. Number 31, P1 Harmony versus Luna Solar. Kind of like in rounds 25 and 26, I don't really know either of the groups that well, but they had my interest the moment I heard their songs. So, I'm gonna save the both of them for the sake of getting to know them. Round 32, ONEUS versus Nature. ONEUS is a boppin' group. An absolutely boppin' group. And I think it would be absolute, like, blasphemy if I dropped them versus Nature, who... Nature's songs I was never really impressed with. I don't know why. It just didn't click with me. So, ONEUS it is. Round 33. Day 6 versus Bowl 4. Both in the same, like, K-pop genre, or both of their discographies are really, really, really catchy. So I really couldn't choose just one in this case. Like, I just love both of them the same. Round 34. Way, I think? Versus, I think they call themselves Daya. I just got into Daya after 2020. I tried listening to Way's music, and they're not bad, but something is not really clicking for me just yet. And maybe when their next comeback comes, hopefully I'd be interested. For Daya, when I listened to Hug You for the first couple times, I absolutely adored them. And I really, really hope they keep making music because they're kinda on the edge of disbandment right now. And oh boy, that's not a good thing. Round 35, ONF versus Favorite. I do remember listening to a Favorite song once, but I can't remember what that was or whether I liked it or not. But O and F, on the other hand, they have some boppin' tracks. So I went with O and F in this case. Round 36, N Flying versus Craxy? I'm going with Craxy because at least that does not sound like an illegal drug. But speaking of, I don't really know this group at all. Craxy. Like, I can't remember if I listened to a Craxy song or not. It feels so bizarre. But N Flying, I listen to their Spotify account. I listen to their music all the time, and they are a really good band. Like, I mentioned this in a previous video once. N Flying is a boppin' band, and if you haven't listened to their music yet, I highly suggest you do. Number 37, Gravity versus Weekly. Weekly is so adorable. Like, Weekly is one of those girl group, or one of the only girl groups right now I truly stan, almost on the same level as Girls' Generation and Luna. Like, they just deserve all the love and the attention that they desire. With Gravity, on the other hand, I have listened to their songs, and they're okay. Like, they're a pretty good boy group, but I think what really turned me off, especially this year, was when they released My Turn. Because the last thing I wanted to hear in a K-pop song was them singing, like, skirt, skirt, skirt noises, as if it's a rap song. Like, screw that. I'd rather go with After School by Weekly instead. And last round, round 38, Wavy, aka another NCT subunit, versus Niziu. This one must have been a throwaway or something, because, Niziu, I think, is a J-pop group, if I remember correctly. Like, I don't understand, I guess they were running out of girl groups, so, and at the time when the video came out, Niziu did release a song, and I really like Make You Happy. It's actually really cute. But for the sake of choosing one, I went with Niziu instead of Wavy because, again, I don't like NCT. I think NCT is kind of like the Love Live of Korean boy groups, and for some reason they always just have to make a new one. For those of you who get the concept, good for you, but for me, I'd rather not. I don't want to say waste my time with it, but I'm just really not interested. So boy groups have 22 points out of the 38, and girls have 15 points out of the 38. So yeah, if you calculate those numbers, I think you can definitely see where my alliance lies with boy groups versus girl groups. But if we're gonna talk about this in actuality, it's not like I'm a stan for boy groups or girl groups. If you guys do stan one type of group over the other, it's fine. Again, this is all based on opinion, and we're not here to judge. But for me, I try my best not to lean myself to listening to one gender of groups because I feel like that's extremely unfair. Each, gender split groups has, their own concepts and their own way of doing things, and I can't really judge one over the other because of that. So, I think that'll be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy what I do, please, hit the like button down below, and if you guys want to play the game as I did, the video is in the description box below, at least the link for it is, and if you want to share, your results with me, please comment them down in the comments down below. And if you haven't, been following me yet on my social media, that's also in the description box. And if you want to catch up with my future videos, please hit the sub button and hit the notification bell for every new video that comes out. I'm Cher, and it's been real. Ciao!